one last piece of advice that I would give for future missionaries is to always strive to have the Spirit and truly know that as a representative of Jesus Christ, we have no reason to be fearful of anything. That the Lord is with us, and we really are His servants here on the earth. And with a mission plaque, we truly are protected of Him. We have angels round about us, helping us testify of the gospel and bring true happiness to these people that might be lost, that might be struggling, going through challenges. I testify that the Lord does lead us to those people who need us. An experience that I had specifically was when I was in an area called Ibarra, and my companion and I were walking down the street, and we had a strong feeling to just cross immediately. And obviously in South America, the road system is very different as far as crosswalks go and things like that. They don't really exist. You cross at your own risk, and you just pray that you can make it to the other side sometimes. And I remember we had a strong feeling to cross the street, and so we did. We crossed over this large intersection, a two-way street, and we found a woman there who was waiting for a bus ride, and she was there with her young daughter. And I remember talking to her for a minute, sharing what we did as missionaries and asking her if we could share our message with her. She later told us that when we first hurried over to cross the street and talk to her, she thought we had come to rob her. So she was actually very intimidated at our presence at first, but we were able to get a return appointment with her and teach her a little bit about Jesus Christ. And we later met her husband, who came to listen to our discussions. And even though they weren't married at the time, they were both willing to listen to what we had to say. And several times the husband confirmed to us that he had been waiting for someone like us to come and visit him, that he knew missionaries when he was a young boy, like many years ago. He remembers seeing the missionaries and listening to them, and one day they left, or he moved. I can't remember the exact situation, but he said that he had been waiting for the next time that the missionaries would come to teach him, and he made a promise to himself that he would listen and that he would get baptized. The process of baptism and conversion for this family was a little difficult because they weren't married yet. They didn't necessarily understand exactly the commandment and the importance it was to be married, but it was a miracle for my companion and I to be able to work with them, help them get their marriage papers ready, which in South America sometimes is it's a long process and lots of work, takes lots of time, dedication. And we were able to help them get the papers ready. There was many miracles along the way as well, that we were able to find documents that were once lost, or we were able to meet deadlines that would have otherwise taken months or maybe even years to complete. And after 3 weeks, we were able to help this family get married and then baptized the very next day. And it was an experience I'll never forget, participating in their marriage one day to see the blessings that they would receive, the physical blessings that they would receive for obeying God's commandments of marriage, and then the next day the eternal blessings that they would receive as they were able to become members of the church and eventually be able to return to live with our Heavenly Father. And that is definitely an experience I will never forget, and a family that I love very much, and one that will always be in my heart and very dear to me. I can testify that families can be forever, and through the gospel of Jesus Christ, really that's the most important thing that we can have here on the earth, and it's something that can strengthen us in times of need and promises us eternal blessings that we can achieve for the rest of our lives and throughout the eternities.